Anytime Fox News discusses race, it's going to be hilarious. So they decided to get extra stupid today. Listen to Eric Bolling. They're talking about the NAACP criticizing Black Republican Tim Scott.
If you look at some of the things that he said also, he said we need to talk about what's right versus what's wrong. He seems to say one thing and then do another, and then when he's called on the carpet, he doesn't walk it back. I mean, he's really not sorry for what he said to the senator from South Carolina.
As you walk through the restaurants, we find people that are trapped, stuck in poverty, because you believe in the conservative positions. He goes on and on. You know, it's almost getting, it's getting tiring. We have a black president, we have black senators, we have black heads of captains of business companies, we have black entertainment channels. Where is there racism? I don't think there's racism. I think the only people perpetuating racism are people like this gentleman from the NAACP, are the Al Sharptons of the world. Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't think the right is to blame for anything that's right. You know what's to blame? President Obama can be to blame for a lot of the unemployment in the black community. Black unemployment is 16.5%. Black unemployment among young people approaches 40%. The last 5 years have been President Obama's. He owns it. He could fix it. He hasn't really helped the black community out.
Yeah, look, here's the thing, man. If you want to make the case that President Obama should be doing more to help the African-American community, I agree with you. I think President Obama should do more to help African-Americans. He should do more to help poor people and middle-class people. He should be fighting for policies that are in favor of the people who are not well off. Unfortunately, he helps the well-off too much. But then again, the second President Obama would do something in favor of the African-American community or would help out poor people, Fox News would scream endlessly about big government. And they would say, oh, invasive, intrusive, what are you doing? This is the wrong thing to do. So it's a lose-lose situation for Obama from people like Eric Bolling and from all the other idiots on Fox News. So that takes care of that point that he makes. But did you notice what he said there? I mean, that's incredible. He said, I don't think there's racism. He said it and then he quickly moved on to the next thing because he might have realized mid-sentence how pathetically stupid that is. And did you hear what his evidence was? Well, we got a black president, there are like a handful of black senators, and there's some black head leaders in business and whatnot. Really? You want to give the percentages on all those things? Would you like to do that? What percentage of Congress is African American? What percentage of the people on Wall Street are African American? Oh, you don't want to give the statistics. That's funny, because it seems like that would prove our case, that there still is racism, there still is systemic racism, there still is subconscious racism. How does somebody like Eric Bolling respond to the studies? I mean, the endless studies that prove to any reasonable person that racism still exists. Look, nobody's saying that it's still as bad as it was in, 1959, but then again, back then you had, literal segregation where black people were actually kept as second-class citizens. There was a white water fountain and a colored water fountain. So to say it's gotten better from that is like saying, well, you're the tallest kid in kindergarten. It's not fucking impressive, okay? And just to give you a couple of those studies that I'm talking about, how would Eric Bolling respond to that resume study, which blew my mind? I mean, whenever you put a traditionally sounding African-American name on a resume, and all the work experience could be great, they didn't get a hit from any of the people looking for employees. As soon as you change it to a traditionally white-sounding name, boom, immediately they get multiple hits from different bosses. How do you respond to that, Eric Bolling? That doesn't sway you? That doesn't stop you for a second? How do you respond to that study they did with online sales, where they had one hand that was white holding an iPod and selling it, and one hand that was black holding an iPod and selling it? This is from a few years back. And they found that the white hand gets way more hits than the black hand when all the other information is the same. How do you respond to that? What was it? An ABC News investigative report where they did this test, this study where they had a bicycle that was chained up and like a white person tried to undo it, white guy, and nobody stopped him, but nobody helped him. They just thought, oh, whatever, a guy unchaining a bike. When a white woman did it, people went out of their way to help her do it. Nobody asked a question like, what are you doing here? Why are you having trouble undoing it? Is it yours? When it's a black guy who did it, everybody assumed the guy was stealing it. It's amazing. It's some amazing systemic shit that we're talking about. And there's more studies. I mean, I can go on and on here, whether you talk about the wealth gap. I mean, what a lot of people don't realize is racism isn't just, an Alabama sheriff in the 1960s screaming the N-word and sicking dogs and water hoses on black people. Racism could be much more subtle than that.